Siddhant and also Ashok Sajjanar, who joins us, noted diplomat. First, Siddhant, over to you.
Well, that's right. So there are two responses that we have from President Trump, Rahul. One, which he wrote on Truth Social this morning, where he confirmed that Khamenei is over, he is dead, and in fact, he says that now they can have immunity, later they only get death. Hopefully, the IRGC and police will peacefully merge with the Iranian patriots and work together as a unit to bring back the country in the greatness it deserves. So this is what President Trump wrote this morning. Now he has come up with a warning. In fact, he is threatening Iran that if Iran, IRGC and the forces decides to attack US interests, or the countries in West Asia, then he is now threatening that because if they do, we will hit them with force, and that has never been seen before. So this is the second response coming from President Trump. In the morning, he said that everything is over, everything is done. Now, the forces, IRGC, etc., should support the Iranian patriots and join them. Now he's saying, because there have been multiple, warnings coming from the IRGC and the other senior officials in Iran of retaliation, of attacking US interest in the region. So now Trump has issued again, Trump has issued a warning saying that if they will do this, then they will, we will hit them with a force that has never been seen before.
But on the other side, the Iranian parliamentary speaker, Rahul, is saying that the time for final revenge has come. So the tone and tenor in Iran has certainly not gone down any notches. If that is what the American president was expecting, maybe what he said earlier to CBS News about that it will become much easier to negotiate or talk to the Iranians was also giving them a hint that if you tone it down, it will be easier for you.
Meanwhile,
but that's not happening.
Meanwhile, I'm going to show you now visuals. So Lucknow, Srinagar and Kargil now, viewers. Shia as well as other sympathizers of the Iranian regime are out on the streets protesting, and they are protesting loudly because they believe that their spiritual leader is no more. Viewers, this is pan-Islamism of a kind that is completely out of sync with India's secular ethos. The people that they are celebrating are not individuals who in any way represent the ideals of our constitution. So this is a disconnect, viewers, which I feel should not be tolerated. These protests should be actually controlled, shut down, because the last thing we want is a restive population here that is trying to milk this for political gain and create instability in our country. This should be stopped. This should be post-haste put an end to. All of these are pictures now coming from different centers. So you have Kargil, you have Srinagar, you have Lucknow, you have all these centers. General Pandey, what is going on? This is ridiculous. These people
are men and
who are out
wailing with the pictures
women
of the...
who are wailing here are the same women who in Iran were butchered, massacred for standing up for basic rights. What is going on?
So, Rahul, you are handing me the so-called hot potato to answer.
No, we must
question.
take it
but
on.
To be candid, what has happened is that there are communities within India. It's not only the Shias, but many communities in India who draw their ideological moorings, not only ideological moorings, but political moorings from across the world and not from our civilizational history. This has been allowed to be nurtured for political gains for last about 70 to 80 years in our country, and suddenly for the present government to change that line of thinking is impossible. So I guess it is sporadic. It will blow out.
Okay.
It should be allowed to be released rather than getting contained.
Okay, so you believe let them let off their steam. Okay, viewers, I want to bring in Ashok Sajjanar. Thank you. Good morning, sir. Thank you for being so patient with us. It's been a crazy last 24 hours to be very honest with you. No one thought we would get up at 3 in the morning. I was woken up at 3 in the morning to be told there's been a decapitation strike on Khamenei. Was this really a preemptive strike then? Mr. Sajjanar, this doesn't look like a preventive strike to me. This looked like something greater.
Thank you very much, Rahul, for having me. I compliment you that you've been up since 3 o'clock, but still, your levels of energy and enthusiasm continue to be as strong as ever. So my compliments to you. Definitely not. It was not a preemptive strike. It was an all-out war. It was an all-out conflict. I think the preemptive strike of any nature would have happened last year in June when the 12-day war took place. This was, after Bibi Netanyahu visited Washington, D.C., and he had conversations with Donald Trump. Both of them decided what the plan of action was going to be, how they are going to do it in concert. If you permit, I'll just make two more points. Number one is, there are three segments who will definitely rise up wherever they are against the action that has been taken by Israel and the United States, particularly in terms of taking out Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Number one is, of course, the Shiite population, the Islamic population, as far as those who are extremist Islamic in Iran, they will, of course, continue to oppose whatever is being done by US and Israel, because it is an existential threat as far as their own survival and their own continuity is concerned, because they have invested, they are identified so very closely with the regime that was being led by Khamenei. Second thing, as far as the Shiites are concerned, the world over, you talked about India, we've spoken about, in Iraq, there is a very large, around Basra, at the estuary of Tigris and Euphrates, there is a huge population of Shiites. And that is why you remember, even in the Iran-Iraq war that took place from 1979, etc., there was a lot of support for Iran, even from those sections of Iraq. So wherever they are, whether it is in Iraq or they are in Bahrain, mind you, there is a significant population of Shiites in Bahrain also. So they will definitely rise up because their supreme leader has been taken out. The third element is the elements of the axis of resistance that have been there, that have been set up by by Iran, whether it is in the Houthis, whether it is the Hamas, whether it is the Hezbollah, or it is in elements of Syria, in Iraq, they will also rise up. So I think we should be quite prepared for that. I'm sure Israel and the United States would have been quite prepared for that, and they will deal with it appropriately. These are sort of, just the changes that are taking place. Now, what Mr. Trump might have expected, that his exhortation to the people in Iran to rise up, but they need a leader who they can come behind. But there is no leader. So that is why, if you have no plan for the day after, the situation is bound to be messy. And this is what I had mentioned on your channel yesterday, that this is what we can expect. There is going to be very messy things happening in Iran. Rahul.
So viewers,